and no time to do it. So I'm in everybody. Any news? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry I'm late. Welcome in. It's one of those mornings. So hi, Pickles. Hello, Magnets by Marika. Hello, Rebecca Relics. Hello, Lynn. Hello, everyone. Okay, so welcome in. Sorry for the delay in starting, but I had to go to an auction pickup. Then I had to go to the U-Haul store because I'm out of bubble wrap, and bubble wrap is vital for shipping all the stuff that everybody bought. And next stop is, and I picked up some stuff at my storage unit at the same time, so hopefully I can sell some of it on Whatnot. And also, I have to go visit my mother. Cock-a-doodle doo, Canadian Chief. What's up? Good morning, Redbeard. Good morning, Gyre's Closet. How are you? I Spy Vintage. Good morning. How is everyone doing? All right, I'm going to start the auction on this because there's more people that bookmark this. Bill, why the oddity guy? Bill, why the oddity guy? How are you doing? It's been a long time. Hope things are going well. It's an excellent price. Thank you. I am. Look at how lovely it is out there. It's just dark and dreary, and I am I think I can't remember what river or canal this is. Anyways, I'm in Peterborough right now. So Rebecca says it's pouring rain. Yeah, it's totally pouring rain. Can you hear it? It's like you're about to get rain soon. I mean, we need it. Kenichi says, at least you're not on hold with the CRA. Good luck to you. Darling Mook, how are you? Liam, good morning. Bill Weiss says, finished doing the flea markets and I'm back. Yay! Awesome. Awesome. I love it. I hate talking to the CRA Canadian Chief, so I feel for you. You either get a super nice person or you just get a super mean person. There's nothing in between. That's what I find. I'm doing good, darling Mook. How are you doing? So everyone, feel free to share your shows and ask your questions. I'll start with the news. As you know, Canadians can now buy internationally on Whatnot again. Yay! Let's see. True North Strong Raid Train is happening on the 10th. If you would like to sign up for that, if you're a Canadian seller, sorry Americans, but this is the one time. Canadian sellers only. So Canadian seller raid train, sign up for it. I might shorten it so we're more in the afternoon and evening, but if there's people who sign up in the morning, then we'll do the full day. But the information is down below and also in my show notes and also in the link in my profile and also on the Whatnot Canada Discord, which you can join by going to bit.ly/Discord Canada, all one word, all lowercase. Smith Terry, hello. Ella, good morning. Canadian Chief says, I got the craziest, thickest French accent lady. She was sweet, but I wish I spoke better French. I feel so embarrassed that I don't speak very, very good French. Or, très, très mal. Mon français est très mal. No. No. What is? I don't know. Anyways. You know what I mean. Bead Kind DIY, good morning. Rebecca's Relic says, shop with Danny. I'm coming to your party tomorrow. Yay. N'est pas très bien. Oh, thank you. N'est pas très bien. Not very, very good. Okay. Thank you. C'est très bon. N'est pas très bon. Merci beaucoup. I can get away with talking to drunk people at bars. Guys, men. I used to do that in Ottawa. French guys would start talking to me and I would just go, oh, ouais, oh, je ne sais quoi, oh, comme ci, comme ça. I would just keep saying that. And guys just keep talking. Sorry, guys in the room, but I had a conversation for over an hour with a guy. I had no idea what he was saying, but I just kept saying, oh, no, oh, wait, oh, ooh, ah, oh, ouais. And every once in a while, come see, come saw, or je ne sais pas. I just kept doing, and it lasted for an hour, and then I had to go, so I said au revoir, and I left, and he really thought that we were having a full conversation. Sounds like my grade 8 French. Yeah. I did grade 9, grade 10, barely passed grade 10. I actually got tipsy for my grade 9 exam and did well. So maybe when I drink, I'm better at French. That's I just because probably I don't worry about my accent because I'm very conscious of my horrible accent. Yeah. Prairie Nights, good morning. Okay, so enough about French. So True North Strong Raid Train is on the 10th of November. If you are a Canadian seller, sign up. If you don't want to do a full hour, just message me and I'll cut one of the hours in half for you. Easy peasy, cheesy wheezy, lemon squeezy. Hello, Prairie Nights. Because yeah, it's awesome for us to just kind of band together. It's for all categories. It doesn't matter. You just have to be Canadian. You don't even, if you don't want to sell yet, if you're not ready to sell and you just want to do a show and introduce yourself, like do half an hour. I can always do it like I can split it up and have two people that I co-host with, even if you want to. I could do an hour and co-host somebody. Okay, let's see. Canada Post update. Let's do that. Okay. November 10th, Canadian Chief. November 10th. You can do an hour. Yay. I mean, I put it at an hour because I find that most Canadians need that full hour um to to just yeah, to sell, right? Like we like to sell. Um Crazy Beat Lady says, when Canada Post is finally settled, will we go back to using them for shipments to the United States? No, not likely. Good morning, Shop with Tasha. Not likely. And that's not to do, the reason why we use UPS for American buyers is not because of the strike. We switched before the strike because of the changes to the U.S. customs and tariffs. So what happened on August 29th was that our dear orange, the Great Pumpkin's evil cousin. Where is that in here? Oh my God, there's so much in here. There we go. So the Great Pumpkin's evil cousin removed de minimis exemption early. It was supposed to end in 2027. He ended it early on August 29th of this year. So it's something that had happened between 1938 and this year, August 29th of this year. Before that, like before August 29th, most Americans had never had to pay any custom duty or taxes because most of the stuff that they purchased was under $800. So they removed the de minimis exemption, which means that all small packages have to go through customs and get a charge. So the tariffs are part of that, but it's also the customs and duties. If you've been buying from the States previous to this whole mess, then you know that we as Canadians pay customs and duties. Um, so yeah, it's just something that we had to change. Now, the issue is that USPS and the U.S. Customs officials do not have the capacity to actually collect all these taxes and duties. So what they did was that they made it so that it was a requirement of the international postal services around the world that they're the ones that had to collect the customs duties and taxes and tariffs from the seller, the sender, instead of from the buyer in the States. So in Canada, if you want to use Canada Post, you have to go and download an app and pay enter in all the information and pay the tariffs and taxes and duties ahead of time before you can even buy your label. Now that's not possible with Whatnot system to do that. So Whatnot needed to find another solution. Chit Chats does ship to the States. However, their requirements for the information that they want before a label can be produced is more than what Whatnot can do at this time. So the only, and they're pre-collecting taxes and duties, which again, Whatnot isn't equipped yet to do that. So they are looking at options because this isn't just a Canadian thing. This is an international thing caused by the removal of de minimis exemption. So like France and England and everywhere is having problems with this because their postal services are requiring duties to be prepaid, and Whatnot is not currently set up for that. So anything going into the States, in a lot of Americans can't buy from most countries. England and Canada are open. I don't know about Australia. Anyways, so UPS was the quickest solution because also there was very little notice from Canada Post that this was the new system that they were implementing. They only gave a few days notice. So that meant that Whatnot had to scramble to figure out something. And bless them, they did figure out something. It is not perfect in any shape or form, but it is the best that they can do at this time. So I created this warning. Hang on. Let me pull it up. I created this warning that is somewhere in here. Oh my living Lord, I hate this phone. Oh my God, where the hell is it? Holy crap. Don't put so much stuff in your... There it is. This is why you shouldn't put so much stuff in your auction. Good morning. Good morning, Shauna. And I'll say hi to everyone in a second and answer your questions in a second. So I made this, and this little image is available for free in our Discord. Anyone can use it. I created it, so I have the copyright. Aren't I fancy? So I just put this little warning so that my US buyers understand. They still get the warning when they come into a Canadian show. They get a warning box that comes up that says warning that there's addition, because this is an international show outside of the United States, additional tariffs will be applied, and you have to say join show. Hi, Tamara Berry Market. Yeah. So you'll find that a lot of Americans will like come in and go. And I think it actually, like, it counts it as a viewer while they're sitting there reading this information. And if they hit cancel, it takes them back to the For You page. So if you have a raid for an American seller, you will find that you will have a lot of drop off from that seller very quickly, because a lot of Americans are just going to exit out and not join the show fully. Like they're going to be able to hear you, and they're going to see a little bit, but there's going to be a big box warning them. But I always find that it's good to like add a little extra reminder so that your American sellers realize that it's not as simple. And the key part of it is that the warning doesn't say UPS customs and duties charges, and they are big. They can be anywhere from $10 to, I've heard, $29. The three shipments that I've sent to the States were $24 US just for the UPS charges. So that's the fee that they're charging to clear it through customs, because they have to do all the paperwork to clear it through customs, because Whatnot only has so much information, right? Like we only have country of origin and the item title and description, which may not, in my case, if I'm doing like a what the heck show, you're not getting all the details, right? So that's also a concern. Okay, so let's see. I'm catching up. Hello, Mish D. And let's see. I said hi to Shop with Tasha. An hour does go by really fast, Prairie Nights. You're right. Angie's Nat said, one day I will. That day I'm in London for Ethan's appointment for 3 hours. Oh my goodness. Canadian Chief says the Reagan ad really hurt their feelings. It did. Now, I admit, the way that they did it was like they took like a part from the beginning and then a part later on, and then they'd go back towards the beginning, and then they'd go to the middle, and then they'd go to the end. So they kind of like moved around the clips, so they're not like in chronological order, but because he was actually, that radio address was announcing that he was putting tariffs on Japan. So it's not like he was completely against, Reagan was completely against tariffs, because he actually did put tariffs on Japan in that radio address. But he did explain that he doesn't like doing it, and it's not a good thing to do all the time. It was necessary for the situation that they were in with Japan at the time, but it wasn't something that they liked to do, because he was a big free trader, right? he was big into free trade. And say what you want about free trade, but it's certainly, it feels like it's a lot better than what we got going on right now. That's for sure. Mama Rotzi Finds, good morning. Shoe Room, good morning. Crystal Moving, good morning. Friend Ross, good morning. Hi Q Gems, good morning. Dallas Mag, good morning. Exit, good morning. That's a cool name. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, as a punishment. It is what it is. We can't change him. Although I'm actually okay, I don't want anyone to die. No one. Like, it would be great if we could all live forever. Wouldn't that be wonderful? However, I've heard that all the signs point to he's popping pills actually in public. And these pills, people have like zoomed in on them. And it's amazing these people have time to do this kind of crap. Anyways, they've zoomed in on them, and supposedly these pills are they're a form of Viagra, but it's for a hypertension. It's not like he's popping them so he can go, get a porn star, but or go on an island. But supposedly they're for like really bad, like he's had a heart attack or something, which I don't want even him. I don't want him to die. Especially since I think Vance is going to be worse. Because kids will be kids. When you're 30 and you make Nazi jokes about people putting people in gas chambers, you're just being a kid. Because when you're in your 30s, kids will be kids, right? Anyways, so yeah. How about them Jays? Did they win? Yeah, did they win? Bill Y, the Oddity Guy, said there's a tool called a resizer tool to help with using. Yes, Bill Y, the Oddity Guy. I've shown that on some of my shipping shows, and I've also shown. I did a shipping show where I actually showed how to just do it with. You just need a ruler, or a measuring tape and some sort of rule. I use a ruler for the flat line that you want to make. Scissors, and I use a serrated knife. I use a steak knife. Yeah. As Magnus Mavrika says, I mean the box resizer is awesome because it just it does it for you really fast. It's much faster than having to measure and everything else and mark it all out. But you can just do it by marking it out, or sometimes I just kind of do it by hand. So it's not the prettiest box in the world. Yeah, I usually cut it, fold it, get it to the right spot. But a box resizer tool, I talked about that. Did I talk about that yesterday? I can't remember. But a box resizer tool is an amazing, amazing thing. I love it so much. Marianne, you just unlocked egg. Congratulations, your life is complete. Yeah, yesterday I mentioned it. Yeah, they are absolutely amazing, Bill Y. I have two of them because I'm always losing them. And do I know where those two are at this moment? No freaking clue. They're probably one of them's in the living room and probably one's downstairs. The Crazy Speed Lady says there is a certain limit on shipping to the States that involves extra charges. What is that? So, one of the things that a lot of Canadian sellers have noticed, and I don't know if anybody else knows that too, has seen that too. Vintiquity has noticed that her American sellers are limited to only buying one or two things before then it creates a new box, or just doesn't let them buy anymore, which is cashews, in my opinion. Probably would have put Taylor's. It does save a lot of time, doesn't it? So yeah, she didn't. She's not using a special shipping profile. It's not a shipping profile issue. It seems like it's a whatnot limit for some reason, and I don't know how many other of you, how many others have seen this, but it's been talked about in Discord that there's a couple of others who have noticed that. Now, I haven't sold to Americans lately, so I haven't seen it. A 5-pound box turns into another box for shipping, from what I understand. See, and her stuff wasn't heavy, so it was lightweight. Like, even when she's doing jewelry shows, it's still doing that, which is really, really weird. I mean, she sent a support message. Hi Mitch, says all my American buyers will stop buying, so I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah. The Crazy Bee Lady said, I thought there was something like $800. So that's the old de minimis exemption, Linda, that got eliminated on August 29th. It used to be before August 29th, A package that went into the United States that was under $800 in value would not have any taxes, duties, or tariffs on it. But that changed. That matter how whatever the value of it was going to get tariffed. But then, yeah, so there is no difference. Every single person. Um, Guys, Sweetbriar Cottage says, so sad this week you didn't vote for him. You want to talk about in the election? Musk was going to take care of Pennsylvania for him. New York. My connection is poor. All right, hopefully I'm not freezing. It says my connection's poor, but I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I have full bars, so that makes no sense. I'll blame Whatnot. So, anyways, it is what it is. We just have to survive it, right? I am freezing. Okay. Shop with Tasha says my one American buyer didn't end up paying the duties, so it looks like I'm going to get my item back and get charged for the return. Shop with Tasha, if you get charged for the return, message Whatnot. They have helped another person. I don't know if they'll help everybody. They need to figure that part out. Refusing, and you're still going to get your money. You should not get dinged for someone refusing to pay the tariffs. And so, I mean, to be honest, I went through all of my buyers from Tuesday's show, and I said, if there are any American buyers, I was going to message them all and say, are you absolutely sure before I do this shipment? Like, are you absolutely sure you want these things? Because you are going to get blocked. Because I don't want, you are gonna get a bill, I should say. I saw the blocking thing, so my brain went that. So moving says, so is there no way to find out the tariffs before buying? So yeah, you can go to there's a similar thing in the States called the tariff find in Canada, it's tarifffinder.ca. There's a similar one for the States that tells in the tarifffinder.ca, all you have to do is put in that it's coming from Canada to US, and it'll tell you all the taxes, duties, and tariffs for that particular item based on the HS code. So you have to each item by HS code as well as country of origin. It is like um but what I have seen for the most part is that the average is around 35 to 40% in addition. So like a $10 item had a $3.50 charge, US dollars. But you also have the UPS charge, which could be anywhere from, which is the customs clearance charge, which can be anywhere from $10 to $24 US, not Canadian. I wish it was Canadian. That would make a lot more sense. East Coast Storage Finds, what's up? Good morning. Okay, it is almost noon. Everyone share where you're from and what you sell. I've got just a little while, and then we're gonna raid into somebody because I need to go to the I need to go down the street. I don't know why I looked, but I need to go down the street to my mom's retirement home, nursing home, and visit her. It is still raining. Look at all this rain. It's so dreary, but I'm in a van down by the river, hanging out with you guys before I go. So everyone share where you're from and what you sell, and if you have any shows coming up in the next few days, let us know so we can all bookmark your shows and we can follow each other. Gaia's Sweetbriar, I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Gia's or Gaia's? Sweetbriar Cottage says, California, bye cousins, love you. Oh, I love that. Yay. Crazy Bee Lady says, the bill my customer received, does that include the UPS brokerage custom clearance charge? Yes. And if you go to that order and you click on the tracking number, it'll take you to the UPS website. And if the person hasn't paid that bill yet, it's actually going to come up with, if it's gone through customs, it's going to come up with a it's going to show you a bill, and it's going to say you owe $35.40 or something, and you click on that, and it'll give you a breakdown of what it is, how much it is, and then you'll know. Magnets by Marika says, I'm in Ontario. Magnets and giftware doing a show today. Bookmark future shows. That's awesome. Shop with Danny. I'm from Vancouver and I sell women's and men's clothes. Well, I'll be having a live Halloween party October 31st, 5:15 Pacific time and 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Angie's This and That says, I'm in a small town in Ontario and I sell this and that and also run family fashion and accessories raid train every month, the third Sunday, which this month is the 16th, I believe. Bill Y, the oddity guy, says, hello, everyone. I'm from Eastern Shore, Maryland. I sell oddities, ephemera, military, antique marbles, and a little bit of everything. Ooh, I love it. From East Coast Storage Find says, from New Brunswick, check out my store at East Coast Vintage Treasures. Sell a bit of everything. It is on the 16th. So family fashion and accessories raid train. If you're interested, message Angie and she will send you the link so you can sign up. Rebecca's Relics, hi, says sell vintage decor plus follow and bookmark my shows. Yay. Yeah, my friend Afternoon Antique Co. is rebranding and she's going to be Afternoon Archive Co. and she's going to be doing oddities, books, and ephemera. I'm excited. So she's switching out of vintage decor and all that. It is tempting to do something similar, but I do need to get rid of my Blue Mountain pottery first. I think I need to do shows that I call A Mountain of Blue Mountain. So it is, I don't think she's changed her name yet. Afternoon Antique Co. There she is. Afternoon Antique Co. There we go. Yeah, she hasn't changed her name yet, but she will be. Coming in 2026, she'll be changing her name. And so she's doing clearance out of all of her like vintage stuff and all the stuff that doesn't fit within that. She's in is Central United States of America. Hey Canada, good morning. How are you? Okay. Everyone share your shows and where you're from. And if you have any questions, let me know. Rebecca, did you get your question answered? If you're still here, I know you had a question about something, but I missed it. And I can't remember if I actually answered it. All right, we talked about that. Oh, okay. So rotating strike notice for the fourth. It's the Thursday. It's Thursday. So for the fourth day in a row, the rotating strike is not actually happening anywhere in Canada. Right now, the only sort of strike action that's happening is in Quebec. If you live outside of Montreal, you won't be getting any flyers. That's the only thing. You got your answer, sort of? Okay, if I can help, let me know. Oshawa, Shop with Tasha says, I'm in Oshawa, Ontario. I'm going to try and do a pop-up book show tonight at 8:15 p.m. I love that. Yeah, I love books. I love books in general. Okay, I'm going to scroll back up again. Okay. I had a customer buy one thing and then they told me to gift it to another customer. How do I handle the shipping? Okay. All right. Good question. Good questions. Because this happens every once in a while. And around Christmas time, this is going to happen where somebody's in a show and you're selling a bunch of stuff and then they say, oh, just gift it to the other person. You still need to ship something to your buyer. So you could always send them just a thank you card because they've paid for shipping. You have to ship them something. So ship them, say in the, I'm going to send you a thank you card or a Christmas card or whatever it is you want to do. Thank you card's easiest. Put some stickers in it or whatever you want. Send them something, and then you can put that item into that person's box. If that item is like, if that item is like 20 pounds or something, then you're going to have an issue. If it's heavy, or really big and heavy, or just really big, and you have to put in somebody else's, you're going to eat up one of your free adjustments, or you're going to have to pay for the extra shipping. So that is, I mean, but you know what? It's a nice gesture. It could cost you. It depends on what it is. Like if you're doing a jewelry show and someone says, "Oh, put that brooch in with, peacock stuff," then that's no big deal because it's not going to really affect your shipping adjustment all that much, right? But if it's something big like a big vase or something, you're going to have to say, "I can't do that." That's what I would do. So, sending this. Well, I mean, you could just send a thank you note. I mean, whatever you have at hand that you could, you have to just ship something. It's not going to cost you to just ship the thing to them, unless as Canadian Chief says, if they put local pickup, and then they said, can you put that brooch in with somebody else's stuff, you can always do that. That's up to you. You can say no. There's nothing wrong with saying no. That's not against community guidelines to say no. I'm sorry, I can't do that. But it is a nice gesture, and it kind of keeps that community spirit in your show. So if you can do it, then I would. But if they did pay for shipping, then you need to ship them something so that Whatnot sees that, like, so it doesn't look like you haven't shipped, right? Or you just ask them to cancel the order. Yeah. So you got some options there. But yeah, it's kind of hard when you're in a show and someone asks that and you're like, oh God, what do I do? What do I do? So yeah, it all depends on what kind of show you're doing. If someone like, oh my gosh, I have this amazing Royal Hager. I just got it. Ibex. I don't know if I'm not going to risk lifting it up, but it's freaking amazing. If I did that in a show and someone was like, oh, gift that to somebody else, to be like, no, there's no way. It's way too big. It's huge. It's just ginormous. Like, my face can fit through it. It's insane. It's insane. Maybe I can pick it up. Hang on. Let's see. Screaming chicken thrifter cock-a-doodle-doo. Okay, hang on. We're going to see if we can do this. I'm going to push you guys down here. All right. Ugh. How am I going to do this? Wait. Put you in the steering wheel. All right. How are you guys doing? I don't have a holder, as you can see. All right. Let's see if I can get this for you. Oh, I don't know if I can even lift it up. It's so big. Ow. Okay. Please hold. All right. So it's huge. It's huge. See, I can fit through it. Isn't it epic? It's so huge. It's huge. I can fit my face through it. Hello, everyone. I love it. It's so cool. I know, and it's Royal Hager, which is Canadian pottery too. So, like, there we go. There we go. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm not gonna say how much I paid because I went to pick it up and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I got it for so cheap. And she's like, don't tell me that. Don't tell me it was cheap. It was, yeah, it's freaking amazing. I love it. Now I'm kind of stuck here with it like this. Hang on. I'm going to put it back. Everyone hold on. You're going back to being held by the steering wheel. Okay. Ooh. I also got an Empoli. Oh, I know I'm not going to pick that up because I'll break it. But isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Okay. I also got some Empoli stuff. Oh my gosh. I love the auctions around here. I love them. Especially this time of year because people are less willing from Toronto to drive up in this kind of weather. There's somebody in the car hanging out. This is how delightful it is. It's so dreary out. It's so very dreary. Okay. All right. So last call to share your shows and ask your questions. You just read my bad advice listing. Yes. Yeah. Seller media advice is, let's see. How do I do that? Oh my gosh. Start auction. Yeah, and the funny thing is that used to be $1,000, but because of conversion to Canadian dollars, it's now $13.90. But a lot of people are join a lot of the social media groups that are out there. Like there's like, you can go to Reddit and ask questions. You can go to Facebook and ask questions. Just be cautious about that because seriously, some of the answers and some of the advice that they give on social media is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I don't care if you're a big seller, just because it's a big seller saying, oh, this is my shipping hack. If anyone says hack or trick, then you know that they're going around terms of service. Like they're in the gray area. Angie Sissonet said, I've seen some bad advice to new ones. Yeah, lots of bad advice out there. So just be cautious. And when you go into seller chats, you're going to come into my show and you're going to hear me make a recommendation. Like next week, I'm going to be doing a special, how to increase your holiday sales. We're going to be talking about like international tactics. I'm going to be talking to you about things that they do in China, to increase sales, because they have like a Singles Day in China is like freaking huge on the 11th of November. That's their Singles Day. They don't have a Remembrance Day like we do in Western cultures that were part of the Allies. So they have like, there are so many. Yes, you need to have shows. You definitely need to have shows, but they have so many great things that they do. And Whatnot has so many of the features that they use in their, because they have apps similar to Whatnot that have been like huge. And by the way, if you go to, I don't know if I have it here, let's see, blog. If you go to Whatnot's blog, which is blog, yeah, start auction. So blog.teamwhatnot.com, which is down below here. Blog.teamwhatnot.com is an amazing, like their blog has lots of amazing information. That Whatnot just got another influx of investment for their Series F. So this is their EF6. Their sixth series of raising funds through investors, angel investors, kind of like Dragon's Den, but for super rich people. Anyways, they have raised another, I think it's $125 million US in order to continue to expand and improve Whatnot and grow Whatnot. Their focus is in marketing. They're doing a significant amount of marketing. So you're going to see when you're online, you're going to see more and more like Google ads and YouTube ads and Facebook ads. You're going to see more and more Whatnot popping up. When you see those ads and stuff, if they're shareable, like if they're on social media, share them out and put your referral code into the comments. Like say, yes, come join me. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. This is the app that I'm on. Here's my referral code. Come join me. Because if you use your referral code and somebody joins and makes their first purchase, they get a $15 credit and you get $5 to spend on Whatnot. It's amazing. So you want to do that. As well as they have in the latest blog, they talk about the latest influx of money and how they're working on their marketing expansion, as well as all the other stuff that they're doing. They have already surpassed, this year, they have already surpassed $1 billion in gross revenue. That's like gross sales. So $6 billion they've already passed this year, and we're just at the end of October. It's freaking amazing. 6 billion was what they were aiming for by the end of the year, and they already have surpassed it. So they're well ahead of their goals. Last year they were 3 billion, so they've doubled their sales in just a year. I mean, if you especially if you're in Canada, you know that Whatnot is not well known yet in Canada, but it's already starting to explode. TCG, Lego were their first targets. They're going category by category. They're being very targeted and specific because they know that the way to get to people is through the things that they're interested in, not just a blanket blast. So they're being very targeted about their approach, and it's working really well. It's working amazing. Okay, so last chance to share your shows and ask your questions, and then we will raid into somebody. Rocket Sales says the silent shows is a killer for me. I don't even bother looking. Yeah, I really truly believe, folks, that silent shows they're going to rewrite the rules very soon in community guidelines to make sure that silent shows don't happen. So if you do silent shows now, figure out how to switch your shows up so that you are more active on screen. Even if you don't have to put your face there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kitten Lady Rescue. Big hug to you. I love you. the silent shows, I think they're going to rewrite the community guidelines pretty soon, because there are way too many silent shows, and they're past the gray area into not being active at all. You can't just put up a picture and not have like constant changes and like just one item that you just pin. You got to do a lot more than that. You actually have to be in your show. You can go to the washroom for 5 minutes and like run a flash sale while you go run to the bathroom, but you can't do dead stream shows. That's not what Whatnot's about. Bill Y, the oddity guy, says, and we're still in its infancy. Yeah, we are on the ground. In Canada, we're still in the basement. We haven't even made it to the ground floor yet. In the States, you guys are on the ground floor of like an app that is just going to explode. It is now the number one app for online shopping in the App Store, and it is in the top 10 apps in the App Store. Insane in the membrane. Hoopstock, good morning. How are you? Oh, I'm so sorry, Kitten Lady Rescue. Much love to you. Okay, so last call to share your shows and ask your questions, and then hopefully we're gonna. Kitten Lady Rescue said, I mean, sorry, not Kitten Lady Rescue. The Crazy Bee Lady says, what keeps people like factories in Hong Kong from going on Whatnot? So currently, the Crazy Bee Lady, there are like 3 big apps in China that are Whatnot. They're similar to Whatnot. In fact, Whatnot is copied off of them. So they've already been doing this for like over a decade. So they're way ahead of us. So they're going on those, they're doing those apps. Eventually Whatnot will go into the Asian market, and when they do, it's going to help us immensely, because we're going to get all kinds of customers from around the world. I think the Asian market would be awesome for a lot of our antiquities, our oddities, our really cool ephemera, our our China and antiques and stuff. They love that kind of stuff over there. So there's going to be it's going to be amazing for us when Whatnot gets there, but right now they're not there yet. They're not in those countries, so they only listen. I saw listen. They go one country at a time. So they've done Spain, Australia, so they're just slowly going one place at a time. Um they do have staffing now in China. They have product development staff in China. So hopefully it's not that far off before we are looking at Chinese buyers being able to come in to our shows. Yes, are some Chinese sellers going to compete with us on some things? Yes, but like your statement brooches and stuff, you can't get that anywhere else but you. So, I think it's just a great opportunity. And again, with the market, with our market shrinking because of the changes the administration in the United States has done to their international markets, we have to go somewhere else. We need Whatnot to expand to other countries so that we can expand to other countries. Size 5 Vintage says, I need Whatnot to release their IPO so I can become rich already. I know. If they ever release an IPO, I'm buying. I'm buying as quickly as I can. Rocket Sales says they're our biggest customers in retail. They are, yeah. Kinley Rescue says, saw a job postings for an engineer to create a customer help platform. Yes, that's their like next thing, is like more customer service, and how can they expand their customer service, because they are overwhelmed right now. Yes, I know, Crystal Moving. The good news is there's only 3 years and a few more months left. Oh no, it's only been 8 months, right? Doesn't it feel like or it's 10 months? No, 9 months. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 9 months. It's like a baby. It's almost born. Supposedly its cankles mean 6 to 8 months. It does feel like years. Rocket Sales makes a good point. The current administration is just pushing everybody outside of the United States. So look for opportunities rather than relying on the status quo. Yeah. The status quo, we Canadians got too comfortable with having a neighbor that was a great trading partner, right? Bill, why the Audi guy says, do anyone here sell buy it now shows like people do on Facebook Lives or just put items in their shops? There's a lot of people. I don't know if anybody here has done buy it now shows, but there are a lot more buy it now shows. And that's a fun thing you can do with the flash sales and I'm going to be talking about that during the holiday show. So I'm really excited to talk to you about that stuff. Doing those flash sale shows, they're a great opportunity. You can mix it up. You don't always have to do auction. The only thing is that with buy it now, if make sure you put your price at a buy it now price versus an auction price. If you put it in everything in a buy it now and you have it at like what your starting bid is for an auction, then you're not giving yourself an opportunity to earn more money. And somebody could purchase out of your buy, like if you were like going to run it from your buy it now as an auction, which you can do, you can run as auction. I would suggest you make sure that your price is higher than what your auction start bid is, so that you can get that excitement in those bids. But if somebody buys ahead of time, the Kinley Rescue says, I like the co-host ones where they pin it as a flash sale. Yeah, there's all kinds of options now with Whatnot, which is really awesome. You don't just have to do auctions if you don't want to. If you just want to pin stuff and show it and then move on to the next thing, very similar, I guess, to like what Poshmark does. Where it's like, here's my stuff in my closet and the first person to buy gets it. Ben says, is it expensive to live in Canada? I might move up there and find a job if it's cheaper. So find a job first. um Canada is not cheap, but in a lot of respects it is cheaper. Once you have a job and you've been living here for 3 months, you will have health coverage. As far as I know, you will get some health coverage. You'll have to double check that. If you go to YouTube or make sure, I don't know if I'm spelling this right. I think it's Todd Mafflin. If you go to, nope, that's it changed. Ignore that. Todd Mafflin. I think that's how you spell it. Todd Mafflin is a creator who's on YouTube and he's on Instagram, and he's in Nanaimo, BC. Now, some parts of Canada are more expensive than others, and it depends on what industry you want to go into, how many jobs there are available, but there are options for you. And Todd has on his YouTube channel has a has got a interview with a with an immigration consultant explaining all the different pathways to get into Canada and how to do that. Right now, coming into Canada as a refugee, as a United States citizen, is not possible because Canada still has the United States listed as a safe country. That could change. The Netherlands just took the US off the safe country list, so people can apply for refugee status in the Netherlands. So say you live in Texas and you're transgender, you may be thinking of moving away. I mean, my suggestion is start by going to like a blue state instead, but anyways, there are options available, and Todd Mafflin has a great YouTube channel, and I think it was like about 5 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, that he created that video, but you can just look it up. Kid Lady Rescue says, I just read UPS being used. Yes, for buyers in the United States buying in from a Canadian show, it has to go by UPS, which means charges, which means costs. Okay, last call for any questions. Last call to share your shows. Hey Dave, where are we going? Well, I know we're in the car. I have to go visit my mom. I have look at the van. It is full. It is totally full. Even the front's The front seat is full. Everything is full. So, yeah. I just picked up at an auction. Then I went to my storage unit, picked 3 boxes up from my storage unit. I need to go and drop off stuff at Mom's place. And then I'm going to go home. And then I have to go to the auction place and everything. Rocket Sale says Numbeo has great quality of life, costs, etc. statistics for different cities. Yeah, I mean, like, housing is expensive. Some areas are more expensive than others, but it is not cheap. But then you're not paying once you get the provincial healthcare. Then you don't have to worry about that cost. Just make sure that you have medical travel insurance coverage for the time in between, so that you don't. I mean, our hospital bills are less than yours, because we're not most of our medical industry is not for profit, so our hospitals are not trying to make a bajillion dollars. They're not worried about profits. They're not worried about investors. So yeah. Nietzsche, hello. Okay, so Smoking Hot Treasures. I love that name. Okay, last call for any questions, and I'm going to see if it'll suggest to me a Canadian. Adorned by Zartash is on. Oh, Mark and Reserve is on. K Mind Your Ink is on. Who haven't we gone to in a while? Bitbuster Video. I don't think we've gone there. Retro Games. We've gone to Adorned by Zartash. We haven't gone to Mark and Reserve doing Pokemon cards. So Pokemon cards or retro games? Which one would you guys prefer? Pokemon cards or retro games? You let me know. Crystal Moving says, my friend from India goes home for his healthcare. Way, way cheaper. Crazy, huh? But what if you have like an emergency? If you have an emergency, it's going to cost you a fortune. When my dad got sick in the States, the bill that thankfully we didn't have to pay. Retro games it is. All right, Raid. Let's see if it still shows me. Retro games. All right, we're going to Bitbuster Video, who only has 2 people on the show. So let's show a lot of love and support for this Canadian seller. Look how smart Bitbuster added a Canada flag plus an American flag plus a UK flag to attract people in. Brilliant. So we're going to go there. Have a great day. I'm going to go in this rain to Mom's place, and then I have more work to do today. Lots of work to do today. Love you guys so much. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'm going to be able to do books. No guarantee, but hopefully I'm going to be able to do books. Let's go. Bye for now.